And here we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of enLIGHTen with Div and Deb. And earlier this weekend, Deb was sharing with me a story of what she was like when she was younger, and I just nearly peed myself laughing. And I said,
You
we
did.
have
You had a good belly laugh.
we have to share that on enLIGHTen. Like, this is too good to not share. And it's a story that I'm going to encourage you to think, how might this relate to me as she's sharing the story? Because while the content seems insane, we all have something that part of the reason it was so funny is that there's relatable elements for all of us. So I'm going to invite you to be listening for that while Deb shares her story.
Well, we were talking about how we hang on to things so strongly in our experience. Like something happens, like we passed wind in public, and we or some other little thing. There's an event in life. Something happens, and we play it over and over in our mind. Or I've got gas in my tummy, and it's like a big thing to deal with that. I've got to hold it in, or I shouldn't be holding it in. When so much of what goes on is just should be normal occurrences and not a thing. Just do it and move on. And so I was saying, this is kind of my way of operating in the world now. I have gas in my tummy, and I might be in company, and I might choose to let that air go, and some might not be happy, and I might go, oh, well, I might not do that again, or I might do it again, or I might choose to hold it in and have a big pain in my tummy, and I might not be happy, and I might say, well, I might do that again, or I might not do that again. But once I've chosen to let it in, let it out, or keep it in, I just move on to the next thing. I'm at the next meeting or the whatever. It's not like, oh, did I do the right thing? Or, imagine us doing that with every time we got air in our tummy, although I know that it is a thing, right? And I was just the freedom to just, do a thing and then move on and do the next thing. And I said I wasn't always like this. I remember it was such a big thing to go to the toilet, normal bodily function, when I was younger. And I couldn't go to the toilet in public because I was worried that someone in the cubicle next to me might hear toilet noises. They might hear the tinkling in the bowl. They might hear, the noises with valves opening, and it was just such a big thing. And I'd have to kind of wait to see that nobody could see me go into the public toilet, because if they knew who was in there and they heard some even if I was behind the door, And so I'd get in there, and then I'd have to put all of this paper in so that there wasn't any noise when they hit the toilet, which is just, afterwards, Divya was like, all that paper. I know, I spent years putting all this toilet paper, using all this paper in the world for no reason at all. And then it was this big stress and worry, like, what if I start weeing and someone comes in and I'm in the middle of weeing, so I try and go real fast and then I couldn't go. And it was a big thing just to do a wee. Now I just go do my wee. Don't even think about whether it's making a noise when someone is not. But it was such a big experience for nothing. And we are doing these things, we're doing this about, that thing that I said there. Oh, I shouldn't have said that in that meeting. Or what if I say this thing? Or lots and lots and lots and lots of things. We don't just do a thing and go, oh, that worked out well, that didn't work out well, and just move on. Quite often we're spending a lot of energy. what really made us laugh, though, Vivi said, oh, kind of, how old were you while you were having all of this? When did you stop doing that? And I said, oh, I thought I was about 25. I didn't get toileting sorted out until I was 25 years old. So,
it's hilarious because even though the context is different for each of us, right? As you said, we all have those things that we will kind of mull over, which is an unnecessary use of our cognitive capacities. You know, we could just be being present, attending to the thing that's in front of us. And so as I think about why it is we do that, there's an element of I might do that again, I might not, as you were saying. There is part of us, I mean, we're wanting to learn from every experience, right? So that's the you know, turning it over is like, should I have done that? Should I have not done that? So I wonder what might be a more efficient way for us to get the learning and move on. Get like, I wonder.
So yes, this is an interesting distinction, is that one where we think about something that we've done and we keep doing it, and it's got this feel of, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. In that is some worry or concern that something untowards is now going to happen. There's going to be ramifications from that are somehow going to be very detrimental to me. Well, yeah, there will be ramifications, there will be consequences, there will be flow-on effects, but it's highly unlikely that it's going to be the cause of your death. You know, I didn't get that I didn't make a great impression in that meeting, and I didn't close that sale. Or now you and I have had an occasion where we did a presentation which landed like a lead balloon, and it was the talk of the town for about 2 whole weeks. And it was feeling to us like, oh no, we have trashed our reputation irreparably. Still, even if we had, it wouldn't have been the death of us.
Yeah.
And moved on to some other market, or, you know.
Well, what you're speaking to is resilience, that awareness of knowing. It's almost like internally there's a recognition of like, what comes to my mind is the semicolon tattoo trend. Do you recall the semicolon tattoo? That's what the image that's coming to my mind is, recognizing it's not a full stop, it's just a semicolon, and something else will come after that. And whatever it is okay. And yeah.
And it reminds me of something in the Untethered Soul, which we're reading at the moment, and you were invited, encouraged to read the Untethered Soul. Lots of fantastic stuff in there. And Michael Singer is saying there in the book that what causes us distress and suffering is having a preferred way. We're kind of like, life should be turning up like this, and it's not turning up how I want it to be, so something is untoward.
Yeah.
Whereas if we know that just to be alive is the most miraculous gift, and to succeed at life is to be experiencing each moment of life that turns up, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And not resist it, but to kind of be with it. So that doesn't mean that we have to be very passive and just like, oh, okay, okay, well, I'm going to get evicted, and so I'll just, I'll just go and sit on the curb and do nothing. No, we've still got life to respond to. And we can still be working towards certain goals that, of course, we prefer, and still be with what turns up. Due to us, I've got the metaphor of going on a journey, that there are twists and turns, roadworks, detours along the way, and then we just be with that and still be in forward motion.
Yeah, and it's a useful frame that we offer in the types of consciousness article book that we're developing, is the switch from this is happening to me to it's happening for me, as a way to support us in, let's say we have those road works on the journey, then like a clean way is just, that's what's here, no conversation, move on. Like that's just, it's just is, carry on. If that feels too much of a stretch, then another possibility is, how is this for me? Rather than this is happening to me. Like, how might this be for me? So,
although I would like to say, to me, consciousness is also functional.
Functional.
Yes,
it
can be characteristic of victim mindset, which means I now have no power to respond because a situation or a circumstance that I don't want is here. Or we can have, this has come to me. This is, this is what is before me. It has come to me. So how do I be with this?
Well, it's the same words, but it still sounds like it's for me when it says this has come to me. Like you're saying the same words, but it's come to me, like life has offered this. It's the energy, it's not the words, it's the sense.
Well, I would like to say that not everything for me, as we say in the article, means, has for many people an implication that there's some design in it, like a teacher would design a math problem, and that is for your development. But life isn't all that interested in me. Not everything is for me. Like it is not raining today for me, or being sunny today for me. It's just,
of course.
It's just.
Well, life is full stop neutral. Yeah, life is full stop neutral, and it is us that chooses how we perceive it. So our frame that we could use that is useful is, this is beneficial. We could use that frame. In my experience, sometimes that's more accessible than if the mind is wanting to have conversation.
As the mind
about
what to do.
About what, like, why is this here? Why is this happening? Whatever. Rather than I'll permit the energy of this is something that's happening to me, in terms of a heaviness of that energy. Like life has like both are equally, one's presupposing that something is detrimental, the other's presupposing something's beneficial. Neither are better, neither are any more true than the other. It's just what's useful in the moment. And is there a moment where being disheartened and discouraged is more useful than being uplifted and enabled. Not that I've discovered, but I'll keep looking. Maybe there is. I don't know. But just an offering. Yeah. Yeah.
So our little giggle with ourselves about my very late maturing into toileting is really just to illustrate how we can pay attention to whether we're investing a lot of energy into things that are just life events that aren't really things at all. And you know, we might like to contemplate what we want to do if we find ourselves doing that.
And as you said that, it occurs to me in the context of reparenting, the reparenting workshop that's coming up in 2 weeks' time. That is where we kind of can go a little bit broader in kind of almost contextualizing the disabling things in allowing ourselves to reframe them and see how they are enabling when we offer that younger part of us that has done some meaning making in a way that's keeping them stuck or heavy, another way to see the world so they can progress and come to greater maturity and greater awareness.
Mm. It's actually very exciting what's come out of the research that we've done, that this is required for all of us, and there's nothing untoward. Maturing, the maturation process proceeds much more quickly and smoothly when we have a competent parental guide, you know, engaging in the process with us. And so learning how to do that is quite exciting. So
yeah, so hopefully you'll join us for the workshop. I can pop details below this video. You can reach out and ask if you have questions about the reparenting workshop.
And so if you're watching this later on, we should, when we say in 2 weeks' time, we want to say that, right, today is the 1st of June.
It's the 14th of June. That's a good catch.
2020.
14th of June is when the reparenting workshop is.
Okay, lovely.
Well, bye for now.